Bluecomb53, thanks for the super chat, says, is there a Vatican resource where one can look up all the miracles that have advanced people's causes towards canonization? Also, who's your favorite church father and why?
I don't really, people often ask my favorite of different things, and I tend not to have favorites. There are ones that I appreciate, and one that I appreciate would be, for example, St. Augustine.
Yeah.
In terms of, is there a place where you can look up all the miracles that have advanced people's causes towards canonization? Yes, the Vatican Apostolic Archives. You can go over there. It used to be called the Secret Archives, but today it's called the Apostolic Archives. You can go over there. You can ask them to pull up miracle reports and the investigations that were done, and they'll do that for anybody as long as you have either are a historian or are connected to a legitimate historical inquiry. So it's open to people regardless of their religious persuasion, but that's where you can go to get the records. Having said that, that may not be the most convenient thing for you. And so what I would recommend instead is a book called Medical Miracles by a Canadian physician named Jacqueline Duffin. Jacqueline Duffin is a blood pathologist, and she was some years ago called in on a case where they said, we want you to tell us, is there here's these 2 sets of slides of someone's blood work. We want you to tell us, is there any medical explanation for the difference you see in these before and after slides? And she looked at him and said, heck no, there is no scientific explanation for this. This is obviously a case where someone has botched up the record keeping, and this is grounds for suing a physician or a lab for malpractice, because they've clearly botched up. There's no way this is scientifically explainable before and after of this person's blood work. Then it was revealed this isn't for a lawsuit. This is for a saint canonization case. And even though she was an atheist, they don't care if you're an atheist. They want your scientific opinion. Is there a scientific explanation for the data we have? And she said, no, there's not. So then the saint canonization got approved. She actually went over to the Vatican. She got invited to the canonization ceremony, and she became fascinated by the subject of how the Catholic Church investigates and considers miracles as evidence. And so she did a historical research project. She went over to the Vatican Secret Archives then and had them pull up case after case after case so she could do a statistical study of the different miracles that have been used in approving saint canonizations, most of them, almost all of them these days being medical miracles. And she wrote a book about it, which is really great. She also, even though she's still, as far as I know, an atheist, is convinced that things that can only be described as miracles happen, and they are profoundly meaningful to the people who experience them.
Wow, and
they're medically unexplainable.
And the book is called what?
Medical Miracles.
Wow.
And her name, again, is Jacqueline Duffin.
Thank you. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Before you go, do us a favor, leave a comment, let us know what you thought of the video, like, and subscribe.